Hey guys, I'm Muslim Nuskulai from Study Medicine, and the video today is going to be about a question that I get very often from you, which is if it's worth it to go to the lectures or not. The answer is very easy. It depends on two factors. First, your ability to understand the lectures with everything that it surrounds, like the time that is the lecture, the whole program of the day that you have. This depends on you, and if you can understand, then you go to lectures. If you cannot do that, if you cannot follow the lectures, then you don't go. It's a very easy answer. The second thing that depends on if you go to the lecture or not is the teacher. So if the teacher, you think that you cannot understand his English, or this doesn't happen very often, you can understand his English, but the way that he transmits the information are not so helpful for you to understand, or it doesn't provide you anything new from what you can study home, then the answer is obvious again. You don't go to the lectures. Okay, there is another opinion that I hate, I completely hate, and it exists. I've heard people saying that. They're saying that go to the lectures of this teacher because he's gonna remember you in exam period. This is what I completely disagree with. Firstly, not all the lecturers are examining. This is not the main reason. Secondly, 15 weeks of classes with 3 hours of lectures during a week means that you're wasting, I'm gonna tell you now exactly, 45 hours. It's like whole 45 hours of time to go somewhere that you don't learn anything, you cannot follow anything. So there is completely no point to be somewhere that you don't get anything from that. It's better if you spend 45 hours in the semester to study something for yourself, by yourself, whenever you want, than be somewhere that you don't get anything from there. So the idea that go to the lectures because the examiner might be the same as the lecturer, so he will get to know you, I completely disagree with. I mean, let's talk with examples. Okay, in anatomy, you have Dubovi, you have Horachkova, you have Ivana Haradilova, you have Radzanska, and you have I don't know who else. These four I know now. Okay, so think about it. These four examiners, you can be examined by all four of them. Okay, who is doing the lectures in the first semester? Dr. Horachkova. Horachkova is amazing in her lectures, and this doesn't apply to her. But who told you if you go to all of the lectures, if you don't gain anything from that, that it's going to help you to pass the exam in the end? What's my opinion? What you should do? If you are in the first kind that you cannot follow the lectures, you cannot understand the lectures, you cannot wake up in the morning, then okay, there is nothing you can do. It's like you don't go to the lectures, it's final. And you go more often and you get used to it. Okay, if I was the first one that I was in the first year, I didn't go to any lecture. The second problem, that there's a problem of the teacher, you can solve with this very simple way. I did that. I realized that exists this way in the third year. I was checking the program of the lectures, and I was going in the first 3-4 weeks in all the lectures of different people. So, for example, if in the example of anatomy, Horachkova was doing Dr. Horachkova was doing the first lecture, then I was going to her to have an opinion of how is that teacher or that lecturer to me, can I understand what she talks about. So you go to the teacher A, teacher B, teacher C, and you see how he's in his lectures. So in this way, you know if it is good or not, or if you should go or not. So there's no point to go to all the lectures, even if you don't want them. You go to the ones that you can understand from the teachers, that they have something to give you and you can receive that thing. Okay, so now some of us that we realize that we cannot get knowledge from the lecture. We cannot go to the lecture or we cannot understand. What we can do? It's not a big problem, If you realize that now the source of information, academic information, is not only the lecture of your university. The thing is that now you have so many sources around, like in the age of my father, in the time of my father, that they didn't have, that you can find information from a teacher in MIT. Except that there existing the e-courses, the MOOCs, the massive online open courses, that you can follow some other professor. You're gonna find videos like Kaplans that you can buy them, and I recommend you to buy them, or Dr. Najib, which also I recommend, or Osmosis, that will help you to understand the topic without being in that university. So you skip the lectures here, and you follow the lectures in the time that you want to open your computer, whenever you want. You don't have to wake up. You don't have to watch the whole lecture in 3 hours like total and all together, you have the freedom to watch a lecture whenever you want. And now you're gonna tell me the opposite opinion says that, but our teachers want to listen their stuff, and not someone else. Okay, this you understand. Some of you already that this is completely stupid because except of medicine is universal and it's everything applies in the same in all universities. The other thing is that our professors are writing books for this reason. So you can study from the books and except of the lectures, and you're gonna learn the same things as someone who is going to the lectures. So one more thing, except of watching online courses or buying some Complan or doctoral tip videos, the other thing is that it's provided by the MIMSA, Masaryk International Medical Association. Our courses, or not courses but lectures, kind of lectures that are much more interactive. There is a small number of people that you can go there and you can learn stuff because they're taught by other students. Like for example, I was teaching anatomy for a couple of years, and it's really good because in anatomy we have the tutors have time to explain you, and it's not like I'm saying the topic and you listen. It's more interactive. You got to answer. It's something extra. So if you find if MIMSA this year makes an educational seminars, then try them. I think it was a good idea. I follow some of them when I was younger. So that's it about MIMSA. And one more thing I want to say in this video is that I find very sad, and I think we should think about it a bit, that our universities still haven't applied haven't started to make video lectures, so we can watch them online too, and we don't have to go to the lecture room. This is something that I have tried before to talk with the professors, and I failed. Now we have someone in the Senate of the university, and maybe she can talk about it. But I think it's something that we should try for. It's good. I think it's very good for the image of the university outside, and also for our knowledge. So that's it. That's a video about. I have been sick the whole weekend, and so I'm not so well, and this why the video is kind of small. Thank you very much. If you want, you can subscribe. Every Sunday it's coming a video, as I told you before. Today is late already, but Sunday still. You can like or dislike the video. You can send me the questions in YouTube or in the Medicine Facebook page. And don't worry, this is starting the second week. Good luck with it. Goodbye.